Hey, welcome back everybody. And today I'm actually just doing like a Rainbow Six Siege update video, and mostly because I wanted to really do a separate video on Rainbow Six Siege because it's a game that I really love playing. I played a lot, over 100 hours so far, but it's a game that I will continue to play because it's a very evolving game, and it's never the same game, and there's so many depth and tactics and strategy that I could, like, almost every match is different. Like there's never really a time where the match is exactly the same, and so with that, it's such like a mystery within a mystery that always is evolving and changing. And so it's a game that I really love playing. It's right now going to be the game of my main second focus. My primary focus, of course, is choice-based games, but I want to shift to have my secondary focus to be Rainbow Six Siege, and those will be like the primary two videos I want to be on my channel. You know, and that's kind of, I feel like probably the best bet is to have a #1 and #2, and then everything else after that will be like ancillary. You know, like not as, you know, crazy or not as focused, but it will still be there. And mostly I'm thinking about like Sea of Thieves and State of Decay 2. And I think Sea of Thieves and State of Decay 2 are really good games. Of course, I think Sea of Thieves need a lot of work, but State of Decay 2 is going to be really good, especially at its price point. But as for Rainbow Six Siege, this video is mostly to go over the plans for Rainbow Six Siege contents that I plan to have on my channel. And in reviewing the landscape of Rainbow Six Siege creators, you know, content creators, you know, I realized that a lot of them do tips and tricks, a lot of them do like in-depth decisions and stuff like that for new players, things like that. But there's two areas I feel like I could maybe help contribute with, and one of that is more so, the first one is, of course, is the knowledge base or the database or the academia of Rainbow Six Siege. And a lot of content creators create like actual, you know, knowledge-based contents that's structured or in such a way as like it's in a classroom, or like in a class or a book, or in a series per se. They go into really in-depth content, but a lot of these concepts are touching on a bunch of different things at the same time, where I would like to break it down structurally as if you're going to a classroom and you're learning about the knowledge of Rainbow Six Siege before you actually step into the playing field of doing Rainbow Six Siege. So that's kind of where my first series I'm going to be releasing, called Siege Academia, and it's going to be like pretty much quiz setting, where I break down Rainbow Six Siege into a series of quiz, roughly for over 100 I've created so far, or came across so far. And you know, I've used a couple different websites, apps and stuff like that to help compile a lot of these quiz questions, but the bottom line is that this series, Siege Academia, will be structured in a way where you could just listen it to gain the knowledge. It's not necessarily that you have to watch it. Of course, the background will be you know, peppered with Rainbow Six Siege gameplay from my videos, of course, but in essence this is more so designed for people who are looking just to gain knowledge of Rainbow Six Siege, you know, whether it's just basic knowledge, structural knowledge. I mean, there's different levels to the quizzes or, you know, questions I have, but you know, initially starting off there would be mostly, I have like level 1 through level 5, but level 1 will be just the basic information you need to know, like, you know, what is a breach around, or what's this icon mean, things like that, just basic academia of learning, you know, basic knowledge of Rainbow Six Siege. And the reason why I want to focus on that first is because I look at Rainbow Six Siege in three phases. The first phase is the knowledge. First, you have to know the game, know what's what, know everything. So that's the first part, which is why I said I'm creating the Siege Academia, because I want to just break it down based on knowledge. Not necessarily, you know, how to execute in that knowledge, but just knowing what is what. Because a lot of times I see content creators, they do go into knowledge, but they do it more so to show you how to do it, which is perfect. You know, if somebody's already covering that aspect, I don't need to do that. But I just want to break down the knowledge so you can just listen to the knowledge part of it. So phase 1, of course, is learning and knowledge, and then by learning and knowledge, you're then able to use that knowledge to execute what I call tactics. You know, a lot of people, that's what they use the knowledge for, which it is what you should use it for. You know, and they are integrated, is what I'm saying. So with you gaining the knowledge in phase 1, you're then able to use that knowledge to execute tactics, which is phase 2. And that's you being able to use your operators, know what to do, what tricks to do, knowing the maps, etc. Phase 3 is what I call using the knowledge and tactics to execute group strategies. And that's phase 3. So those are the 3 phases I look at in Rainbow Six Siege. Of course, pro players, they're able to execute all 3 of those simultaneously, so it looks inseparable. So that's why you see the highest players. They not only do they have the knowledge, but they're great at executing tactics with these knowledge, and they're great at executing these tactics in coordination with the teammates on the maps to execute strategy. So those are the 3 phases I look at Rainbow Six Siege. And I think very methodical, mostly because of my background in accounting and just strategy. I read a lot of strategy books, like, you know, Art of War, 33 Strategy Wars, things like that. So I read a lot of strategy books because my dad used to force me to play chess as a kid. And he, you know, my dad would say, well, if you want to go outside and play in a park, you have to beat me in chess. So I'd have to think strategically to beat him in chess. I never actually did beat him in chess, but he appreciated my effort and still let me go out and play in the park as a kid. But that mindset is what was, I guess, taught to me, you know, think strategically. So that's why when I see Rainbow Six Siege, it kind of harkens back to my childhood a little bit in terms of how I had to think strategically in chess to try to beat my dad. So I'm applying that mythos to these videos I'm creating in terms of the phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. And then, so phase 1, of course, is the knowledge. So my Siege Academia series will just be covering that. Phase 3, I'm not going to do phase 2 videos, and the reason why I'm not doing phase 2 videos because 90% of content creators focuses on phase 2, and phase 2 is pretty much how to play your operator, how to do funny tips or tricks, things like that. That's phase 2. You know, so like if you look at like Coconut Bra, perfect example. Love his content. I learn a lot from him. There's no point in me doing videos that pretty much he's doing way better right now. Same thing with like Get Flanked or, you know, Varsity Gaming. They are excellent content creators, and they've helped me so much in my Rainbow Six Siege journey. I highly recommend that if you haven't already subscribed to their channel, you do so, because literally whenever they drop a video, I go watch it immediately. So they're excellent content creators in that category of phase 2. Where I'm going to kind of go to after my phase 1 videos academia is to focus on phase 3 and kind of fill in the blanks there, because there's not a lot of people who do phase 3 videos. And I understand why, because to the casual audiences, phase 3 is really only executed at the highest level. Phase 3 is not often seen in casual rank play, and just because people just want to go in there and just have fun and not really think about things as strategically or tactically. Of course, when you get to like the higher, more skilled players in rank, that's when you start to see phase 3 become more prevalent. But again, it's like what, 10% of people who actually are in Diamond compared to how many people play Rainbow Six Siege. So again, that's a smaller audience. So most people appeal to the larger audience, which is the tactical side, phase 2 side, which is smart. You want to appeal where you can get the largest bang for your bucks. But at the same time, it also creates an opening for those who wants to work in phase 3 videos. So that's kind of where I'm going to be focusing on, phase 1 and phase 3. And that's because most people are already focusing on phase 2. So my phase 3 video, I don't have a fully fledged out name for it yet, but it will be dealing with strategies, not just strategies of maps, but specific team strategies as it relates to specific sites that you're attacking in the map. I want it to be as in-depth as possible, so these videos will take much longer to produce, and in essence it's gonna be processed or structured in a way where I do the theory video in terms of how theoretically this formation team should attack this specific site, and then as I get gameplay from either my self gameplay or working with other people who have are able to work with me and get those clips back to me as a part of team formation, I'll be able to fill in the execution of these videos, or formations or plays, or book of strategies, you know, as they come in. So I'll film the theory video explaining theoretically this is how this team should attack the site, and as I get the data, I will plug in that playlist to see the execution. So, you know, these will be evolving playlist series, because with Rainbow Six Siege you could play one team to attack a site. You can play a team to attack a site, but it's never going to be the same depending on how the defense responds. So you always want to capture that data, put it as part of your study, and then adapt accordingly. So it's like it's ever evolving strategy, ever evolving playlist. And so there'll be the theory and execution videos. So 2 parts, but you know, one is just discussing how it should look, and then the other part is just adding videos to that play, showing what actually happens when you use this strategy and how it can be countered, how it actually was successful, etc., etc. And that will be a good series for phase 3. So those are the 2 series I'll be working on, Siege Academia, and the third phase 3 videos or content, which right now I'm going by Siege Book of Strategies, or is what the name I'm going for. So, but either way, thank you guys for watching. I definitely wanted to at least get this out so that way people are aware of what's going on with my Rainbow Six Siege content, because it is a game that I am very, very much behind, and I really love playing. So I wanted to at least let everybody know. So my plan is to get one of those videos out probably either once a week or once every 2 weeks. Primarily, I'm going to start off with at least getting the knowledge videos in a consistent flow, and then once I get up to speed with the knowledge video and kind of hashing all the hims and haws, then I'll start working on the phase 3 videos and getting that out. But again, thank you guys for watching. As always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.